Alright guys, so Atiku have come out numerous times to say that he's not going to step down for anybody. So the question is now, what is the way forward for Peter? Because Peter have not left LP officially. He's still in LP, but he's still coaliting or trying to have a talk with the coalition party to know the way forward, because everything Peter is interested in is just to removing APC government and putting a credible leader in office that can save this country, Nigeria. So now the question is, what do you think is the way forward of P2B? Let me get your views in the comment section as we watch this video from a very wise man.
Is there anything strange in Atiku Abubakar declaring that he will not step down for anybody? Is there anything strange or new in that? The coalition that adopted the African Democratic Congress as its political party is Atiku's initiative. He is the sole financier. He is the only one who knows how the ADC became acquired to be the political party of the coalition. All of these facts we have been drumming, some of us have been drumming into the ears of Peter Obi. Does he expect Atiku Abubakar to be a chicken that lays eggs for other people or other beings to eat? Oh my God. But I've also been joining opposition political parties not to abandon Peter Obi, but to rally around him so that Nigeria will not lose out in 2027 as in 2015, 2019 and 2023. So all this while, what has Peter Obi been thinking? Well, of course, he has not resigned from his Labour Party. He has kept meeting with the chieftains of the coalition. I never saw him as a chieftain of the coalition. I have known all along that the coalition belongs to Atiku Abubakar. And I've been trying to understand what Peter Obi has been thinking about, and even imagining the possibility that Atiku Abubakar might have told him secretly not to worry, that he would step down for him. But on occasions, Atiku has been leaving nobody in doubt that he did not initiate the coalition for anybody but for himself. He consulted with people, he invited people like Nasir El-Rufai, Rauf Aregbesola, Dele Momodu, Kenneth Okonkwo, and others. David Mark, these people that you can call Rotimi Amechi, they are all in the ADC because of Atiku Abubakar. I don't know, and these are, the decision makers in the ADC who I can imagine are consulting with Atiku Abubakar. Is the one paying the piper and dictating the tune, while as far as I can see, Peter Obi has just been follow. Somebody made a video trending that the level to which Peter Obi attaches himself to Atiku Abubakar can never make Peter Obi to be to achieve his goal. And as I said, this coalition is his initiative. He is like the sole financier of it. At minimum, principal financier. And he likes it that way so that he can control it. So, if Peter Obi cannot read behind the lines and he prefers to be following Atiku Abubakar, what type of leader is he going to be? What type of leader? Of recent, he has even started saying that where a person comes from does not matter, rubbishing the idea of rotational presidency, north, south, and zona. The very reason he was supported by our Papa Ayo Adebanjo of blessed memory, and the rest of us following the old man. Hey. We are talking of political order, equity, justice, and you are saying rotational presidency does not matter. So you are going the way of Omoyele Sowore. But history is there. Chief Gani Fawemi, if a human rights activist can automatically garner followership, there was no reason Gani Fawemi would not have become Nigeria's president. He sacrificed himself. That, amen. You would think he was always looking for trouble. And he was not all, but, he could not stomach the level of injustices and the impoverization of Nigerians in a land flowing with milk and honey, in a land blessed with abundant human and material resources, But the issue is that there should be a modicum of justice. Where there is no political order, you have disorder. You are now saying it's a competence and not where you come from. So that if what is competence? You have not even defined what you mean by competence. What are the qualities of a competent person that we are to look for? Where do you see a saint other than the person is disposed to making Nigeria great and is ready to listen and abide by the yearnings of the people? That's all that we need. Somebody who says that rotational presidency doesn't matter easily means that he or she has no sense of political order, equity, justice, ingredients of a peaceful and progressive and prosperous society. That's what it means. And I said to myself, this man denying that where a person comes from is not important, but that the person is competent. I concluded that he was drawing support for Atiku Abubakar, who said he's competent, he wants to develop Nigeria, so therefore it doesn't matter that Muhammadu Buhari had just finished 8 years. So anyway, Nigerians, we keep our hands crossed to see that somebody who is ready will be raised by the opposition, and they must be conscious of north, south, and zonal rotation, not for anything but to have to start on the note of justice, equity, and political order. Because what is happening is that somebody like Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, Tinubu is violating zonal rotation. Atiku Abubakar is violating north-south rotation. And they are both justified by Peter Obi, saying that where a person comes from is not the issue, but issue of competence. Oh, God. He missed it in that. That's the truth. Maybe you can take that your ideology to America. I don't know. But in Nigeria, America is more or less no man's land. I tell you, the Europeans who are now controlling the place were not the original owners of the place. They come from different parts of the world and they have mixed. And so you can say it doesn't matter where. But even then, no. If an Italian is seeking for election, you look at his back, you will see that many Italians will identify with him. Even today in America, it may not be as pronounced as in Nigeria, but so you may as well say your religion does not matter. But we are saying, let there be balance. Let there be sense of justice. Let there be sense of equity. Look at what Peter Obi is saying. Meanwhile, people have always accused him of being a sentimental Catholic, also playing an hypocrite, going to breakfast with a Muslim with whom he did not fast. Things like that. Don't recommend you. You are spoiling your case. That person who in the trending video, they says, what? We set everything for Peter Obi, he spoiled it. I will not believe him. Because I believe he comes from the right place, and I've always said it's not worse than anybody we have known. And that all it needs is that Nigerians should tell him what they want. And if he doesn't do what they want, they can even impeach him. Yes, we should get to that level. So look at it now. Since 2009 to 2025, waging war against a Muslim community, imposing a jihadist war on the nation. And now all subsidies are gone. The same people retrogressing Nigeria since 2015 till date, now saying that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and the only person who can see it is himself and his cronies, those who are feeding fat under his presidency, the legislators, the governors, and his political appointees, who we want to continue enjoying with them, while the overwhelming majority of Nigerians are suffering. So when you say, okay, if Jonathan respected north-south rotation, he would not have created the crisis that compounded the Boko Haram crisis in 2011. You've forgotten all of that. It doesn't matter. It's a competence. It's not where you come from. So, is there any ethnic group that doesn't have competent people, or that we must look for it, or create? We can create competent people if they are not competent. We can make them to be competent. We can help them to be competent. We can guide them to be competent. So now Atiku Abubakar is not a chicken to lay egg for you to eat. So we are next. But opposition political parties, we must still appeal to you. Certainly we need somebody, and possibly from the southeast. People take where there is no order. What you have is chaos. It's as simple as that. Chaos is the opposite of order. Aha. And that is why Tinubu is president today, because there is no political order. So is he competent? Where is the competence? All subsidies are gone. Are asking indigent students to come for loan rather than fund the education, when he has turned everybody into indigent households, including workers' households. So, which competence? Who is competent? You make people to be competent. Yes, tell them what you want. If they don't do what you want as a people, you throw them out. So, but I don't know. We keep our fingers crossed. Why I continue to appeal to politicians and political parties to please put their heads together, give us a coalition that will give us a good, reliable person to queue behind. If what is now Akinwumi Ambode, I'm not from the southwest, or Mama Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala from the south. What are you looking for? There's also Atahiru Jega, if he's not too old. These are some of the people we can follow with confidence that they are not going to politicize Islam and Christianity. They are not going to remove subsidies from basic necessities of life to fund pilgrimage balls and subsidize pilgrimage. They are not going to tolerate any jihadist war on Nigeria, on a community that was peaceful until attacked by government, or allowing grazing of cattle in agrarian fields. So all of this. Anyway, we keep our fingers crossed. There was a man that I encountered. His nickname was Tamoju Twe. That means who knows the solution? Tamoju Twe. In Yoruba, Tamoju Twe. Who knows the solution? Who knows how to resolve it? God knows how to resolve it. Meanwhile, opposition political parties, common Nigerians are looking off to you. Don't make this retrogressive or progressive Congress to continue in 2027. It will be unforgivable by God himself. And you, opposition political parties, are the ones positioned to lead. It's your vocation. See it like that. Don't see it as these people, corrupt governors and legislators, drumming support for Tinubu because of what they are getting. And they don't know that life is graphic. It's up and down. So tomorrow will not be like today.
We are talking about credible leaders, where we know that we only have one in Nigeria today. We only have one, because ask yourself, why is the rest coming out to prove that they are good after when they've left office? But when they're in office, they could not even do anything good when they're in office. Because INEC chairman was pushing for electoral reform. Why didn't he push for it when he was in office? Because right now, I think his term has expired and they have to give it to another person. But now he's coming out now to form or to pretend to be a good leader that we have in Nigeria. This is how they've been. They always come out to claim to be the right leader when they've left office. But when they're in office, they did not do anything good. So now Atiku have said that he's not going to step down for anybody. And me and you know that Atiku will win that ADC primaries if eventually P2B resign LP and join ADC officially. P2B not going to have any party to run the next election. All these things are the plans undergoing. And I think that Jonathan now coming up now to run is also a plan to distract this man called P2B. But the obedience are ready for any party Obi wants to join. But I think right now it's very risky for Obi to join LP because of the plans undergoing right now. Atiku have said he's not going to step down for anybody. Now Jonathan have joined force to against this person called P2B. So P2B has lots of rivals come 2027. But I trust obedience, they can do something come 2027. Let me get your views in the comment section. I'll be you guys in my next video.